All right, give me a second, guys. I'm just getting set up. Trying to. Why doesn't anything ever work for me? Okay, let me see. How come this dang on thing never wants to show? Okay. There it is. Hey, Blue Skies. Hey, Mandy. I'm doing okay. I'm still kind of sick, but I feel a lot better than I was feeling anyway. I keep ending up around people who get sick, and then they come around me, and then naturally I get sick. Oh, he is an interesting little character. But he's good. He's good. He's hanging out in the corner right now and just tired himself from all the barking. You just finished your second page of the month. It's only September. You did 2 pages today? Uh-oh. What am I, like 12 hours behind? Okay, so it's officially September, which means it's officially our 1 month with Kirby hashtag thing that we're doing. So I am going to start a new page because I've been dying to do this page. So I'm gonna do this page. I'm gonna zoom out. Oh, I can't zoom out a little bit. Well, anyway, you guys get the gist. This is the page. I'm just gonna slide it over. So I think I want to start on, I don't know, the rocks have been kind of calling me. The water has too, but I think I'm gonna do the rocks. And I'm thinking like a brown. I was gonna do them gray, but I want the buildings to be kind of like white and creamish color. So I think the brown rocks would look better. That's what I'm thinking. I have no idea what color I want the dragon to be yet. I think I'm gonna do him last once the buildings and everything else is done. I'm okay, Mandy. Thanks for asking. Hey, View. So I think I'm gonna start on the rocks. And then with that being said, I think part of me wants to use Prismacolors, but part of me doesn't. uh, Part of me is saying use polychromos like you know you better do. Yeah, 1 month with Kirby for September. I still haven't figured out who I'm doing next month. I feel a little better. I'm still kind of like my nose is still kind of stuffy during some parts of the day. But I'm okay. I feel a lot better than I did. Yeah, I was so stuffy and my head was hurting and I couldn't talk and couldn't breathe and felt like I was hit by a truck and I didn't know what was going on. I caught something from somebody and it was not fun. So I think for the rocks, I might do Prismacolor. Let me see. I don't use them often, but um, let me see. I really want to use light fast, but I know they're going to make my hand hurt. Let me see what kind of browns. Eh, the browns are okay in the Prismacolor. It's not really what I'm Let me see. Okay. Promise I'm not gonna spend the whole stream trying to figure out, because I like this sand green color. Oh, which Kirby book do you have, Mandy? I love all his books. Even the ones with the hidden objects are kind of cool. Yeah, they are pretty muted. I'm leaning towards them, but I'm like, I mean, I could, I guess, but because look at those nice browns. Those would be nice for the rocks. Air and Sea. Oh, that's one of his compilation books. I see. Because I could do like some of these colors. Like I can use yellow ochre for like the highlight part. And then we have like maybe sandstone or Persian orange, and then bring it down to like this Venetian red for the shadows. And then if I need to get really dark, I can bring in chocolate. Or I can use my polys and go with like the sand green color I was talking about, but use like, I don't know, should we use the light fast? Let's just bring in the light fast. Okay, let me just grab them. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to grab yellow ochre, probably sandstone. Okay, let me see here. Maybe even, because do I want them that dark? Okay, instead of sandstone, maybe I will grab this Persian orange. I'm debating on this yellow ochre. I might not need too much of that. Yellow ochre, Persian orange. I wonder how this Venetian red is going to blend in with this. We'll just try it. And then I'll bring in chocolate just in case. We'll start with that. I think those are okay. That's an okay start. I'm going to test it though first. I'm just gonna, I mean, I still haven't cleaned off my desk. I had intentions on it, but I got sick, so it didn't happen. It may or may not happen today. Okay, here's my little index card thing. I'm still all over the place, guys. So that'll be like for the whatchamacallits. That's gonna be for that. This is like the main color of the rocks. And then we'll bring this in for highlights. Might not need too much of that chocolate, but yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. So, I'm just gonna get started. So there's rocks basically everywhere. There's rocks along the bottom here, but then there are also some like kind of inside of, in between the buildings. So I'm just gonna start in the middle. And then there's like shadow back here. And I see like shadows of rock in between there, but I'll deal with that later. So I'm just gonna come in with the light base. I'm also thinking about streaming some more of my farming game right after this, because I am going to play it today. So I might do that. So, and I'm just gonna follow whatever he has going on here. I trust Kirby for the most part. Sometimes I'll change it up, but for the most part, I'm gonna just do what he has. And I'm gonna try not to have my normal death grip on these light fast pencils like I normally do. For whatever reason. I don't know why. With these, I just have like a weird death grip on them. It's kind of odd. Am I too far back? Well, I guess you guys can see, right? Sometimes I just color the hidden images like they're part of the page, honestly. And they'll be like whatever is next to it, that's sometimes what the color will be. Or sometimes, like, depending on how it is, you can white it out and make it fit into whatever is next to it. So for Kirby's though, I usually just either color it just regularly. Like, let me see. Let me grab my older mythographic. I mean, not mythographic. Kirby. I meant to say Kirby. My good old fashioned falling apart book. Let me see okay, so like for this one, the hidden images, like if I can find any on this page, because I colored them right in with everything else. Let me find one where I can actually find the hidden images and not look like an idiot trying to tell you about it. Okay, so like the card, I just colored it in with the mountain. Is the card the only one on this page? If there's a hidden image in here, it's probably colored over to blend in with whatever is next to it, and usually that works pretty well. Like this random telescope, I just colored it like a telescope because it usually fits whatever's going on the page anyway. So I just color them just like however. If it fits the page, then they get colored to match it. But if it don't fit the page, it just gets colored to kind of whatever's around it, or the same colors that, because Kirby's is usually, he doesn't have usually a lot. It's usually like the doodles, but like his normally matches, and they'll tell you like what's on the pages. So see, like like this page has like 5 of them, but like some of them will just have like one, and they'll like match. So like that dragon page I was talking about, it was the cup and the sword. So if I go back to that page, so the cup is right here. I just colored it like everything else, and same with the sword, which is right here. So that's how I color them. I do it a little different in my mythographic books, but that's how I do it in Kirby for the most part. Oh, thank you, Blue Skies. Yeah, that was one of my early on colorings, but that book started falling apart, so that's why I am redoing it. Because I couldn't take it falling apart. It was driving me crazy because every time I open it, a page would fall out. So I know he has a new book coming out next year. It's in March, right? That one looks interesting. Definitely getting that. It's like dark fairy tales or something like that, right? And like with all of my Kirby books, I plan on not rushing through this page, so if it takes all month or longer, then so be it. I may, I don't know if I'm gonna start a different page every stream or not. That might be a little bit crazy, so we'll see. I don't think it is. I don't think it's a compilation. I think it's just a regular one. Yeah, not after View was talking about them compilation books. I don't think he's gonna put out another one for a while. View spent the whole live stream telling him off once. And then she laid into Joanna afterwards. Yeah, no, you like you don't have to just color in Kirby for the month. Because I'm gonna mostly be coloring in Kirby, but I also have other books that I'm working in too. I'm not spending the whole month in just Kirby, but it is my main focus for the month. So just however you want to do it. You can do as little or as much as you want. Yeah, that and I feel like small victories should have been a bigger size and had maybe more images like her other books. I feel like she could have kept it that same size and just gave us more images for that price, but or just lowered the price, but I guess we can't really, it is what it is, right? So yep, so today is just gonna be a nice relaxing Sunday. Gonna play some of my farming game, and I might play a little bit of my I've been playing Pokemon Unite again, which is kind of on the competitive side, so I might play a little bit of that depending on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling in a competitive mood, I've been on a nice win streak. I've only lost twice in the past 2 days, so you know, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. She, and I wonder if it's her that's pricing the books or if she has like, I don't know, like a what do you call it? Like a marketing agent or something. Like I wonder who actually prices their books. Yep. So I have been behind the scenes working on the first, I guess, chapter of my little coloring storybook. You only have 3 of Kirby's books now. Oh, well, which 3 do you have now? So you kept the compilation books? Yeah, I tore them up and put them in binders or gave them away. Okay, Reflections, Color Universe, and what? Okay. Now for the water, I think I will use Prismacolor because in my other book, I think that's water. In my other book, in Mythomorphia, there was a page I did. No, I think it was in Imagimorphia. I don't know. It was in one of them. There was a page I did, and I like the way the water turned out. I'm gonna be my true blue is gonna be very short afterwards, but I did like the way it turned out. You only have 4: Kaleidomorphia, Color. Wait, what? Kaleidocolor, Fragile World, Wondrous Animals, and the Alien book. Okay. I think I have 5. 1, 2, 3. I like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7, but technically 6 because one of them is a double. I have 2 Mythomorphias. I have 2 Alien Worlds. I had 2 Mythic Worlds, but I think I gave one to my twin. So, I have 6 or 7 if you want to, 8 if you want to count them separately. So, yeah, it's just a nice, calm, quiet Sunday. Now, next Sunday, I will probably be at work. I might be covering someone's shift because it is her birthday. And she requested the day off when she got hired, but they didn't communicate that very well to each other. So they put her on the schedule. And I'm probably going to cover for her. Because she's just a dispatcher. So I just sit in the office and answer the phone and yell at people from the office. So, nothing different from what I normally do other than answering the phone. I'm kind of a twin, sort of. Okay, so like she's she's 5 years older than me, but she's like my twin because we look alike, act alike, basically alike. So yeah, she's my twin. I was also thinking probably like on Wednesday to go start looking for some winter clothes. Start winter clothes shopping before it starts getting cold, and not waiting until it gets cold and then going, oh, I need some clothes for the winter, and it's already like below zero. So these rocks is gonna be a process for sure. It's gonna take a while, but that's gonna be the focus of this page. Just like with the dragon page, I'm like, ooh, a new black turtleneck. I haven't worn a turtleneck in a couple years. I had a couple. I had a gray one and like a tan one, but I kind of outgrew it. So that would be nice to look for. Oh, what a nice vest too. I haven't figured out what color I want the sky to be either. I was thinking gray because there's like some clouds. So maybe like a nice light gray. Oh no, the background in the dragon is probably going to be the last parts I deal with. But the rocks, and then probably the buildings or the water next. And then looks like a little guy in a boat. He's just casually in the boat, like as if there's not a giant dragon building thing floating right next to him. Maybe it's a nice dragon. I do have a question though for you guys. So, with my coloring book, story coloring book anyway, would you guys want like the actual story like on the page? Do you want to like read the story or read what's happening on that page, or do you just want me to like do my best with telling what's happening with the image? And I say do my best because I don't know how great I am at that. So I could like write what's going on and then you guys can color it, type of thing is what I was kind of going with, but I'm not sure if you got like, I know because some people don't like text, but it wouldn't be like obviously like on the page, like in the part that you have to color, it would be like at the bottom or something like that, or a separate page telling what's going on in those pages maybe. Right, what's going on? Okay. Blue Sky says right, what's going on? So how many of you guys were actually watching my gaming stream the other day? I seen that people were watching, but I couldn't, for some reason, I don't know what was going on with the chat. So if anybody was there and was trying to chat and was wondering why I wasn't responding, it's because I was having a hard time seeing the chat. Like it was showing me that like people were watching, and I was like, okay, I'm sure if it was anybody of my regulars, they would have spoken already. So why don't I? And I was like, oh boy, it's probably something going on with YouTube again. So I couldn't see what was going on. So if anybody was there and was trying to speak and was wondering why I didn't respond, I was not ignoring you. I just didn't see it. Um, I'm not sure why. I was like, if anybody's here and they're saying anything, I'm sorry. Truly. But I'll probably stream some more today after this. I need to play some Dreamlight Valley too, but um, since I'm at home, I'd like to play the games that are on my computer versus like my portable ones, because my portable games I can just take with me wherever I go. But my computer games, I have to be at home. So when I'm at home, I like to use that at home gaming time for my computer. So stuff like Farm Together too, and The Sims, stuff like that. Though I can't wait till that game comes out on the Switch, if it comes out on the Switch. Though it looks really nice on PC, I like taking my farming games with me. Like, I like to be able to play them on the go because they're just so cozy and relaxing, and they're not even on the go. Sometimes I just want to lay in bed and play. I don't feel like sitting at my desk. That's a thing too. But can't do that when it's not out on consoles yet, just PC. Not yet. One day. Hopefully, because they put the first one on Switch. So I have the first one on Switch. Um, but the quality of life in this one is so much better. So we getting there with the rocks. We getting there. We got a little chunk done. A very small chunk, but But I have to tell myself to take my time because I will end up with like a death grip on these light fasts, and then my hands will be hurting, and that'll be a whole thing, and wondering why on earth was I holding the pencil like that. The puzzle app. Oh, is that like the one on the iPad? Like the jigsaw puzzles? If so, I have that one. That one's pretty addicting too. I say though, for like anyone who likes to game but like doesn't like, those hardcore games, like shooting games and all that other stuff, I would really say get a Nintendo Switch because they have all kinds of just relaxing games where you don't have to worry about none of that craziness. I mean, I play both. I will play my share of, shooting games and competitive games and games where you're ready to throw the whole entire thing out the window. But I also like my cozy games where I'm just farming, building, decorating, not worrying about someone coming, to take my head off from God knows where. Uh, and my Switch is mainly for that. I mainly have like my cozy games, Pokemon, like my Lego games. I call them my inner kid games. uh, it has those types of games for the most part, except for like Pokemon Unite and like I like the friendly competitive ones like Mario Kart, Mario Party, stuff like that. I have those types of games on there. But most of my games I can just pop on and relax, and especially with Farm Together, like if someone else has that game, you can jump in each other's farm and help each other build and just do nothing. Think about nothing other than decorating and growing crops for random people who request odd things. So it's pretty fun. There's Yuki, who woke straight up out of his sleep to bark at something. Hey, are we being kidnapped? We are not. Relax. Go back to sleep. Okay. Okay. And then coming back with the other colors. Just going right to the top with this one. I think, I don't know if I'm gonna do like regular videos or if I'm just gonna stick to live streams for 1 month with Kirby. My video backlog is already I have like a bunch of ideas for videos and stuff, and I've not even put them up, recorded them either. So I'm not neglecting you guys, I promise. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna come in with just a bit of this. Gonna put a little bit more in this area here. Yeah, so I've like eaten for the day. Well, not for the day, but I ate already. So it's really like we already washed. Everything's already done. So it's kind of like, it's truly a relaxing Sunday. The only thing I have to do is brush my hair for tomorrow. So, and of course, Yuki is right back to sleep after that little barking fit he just had. I did get him like a little kennel thing, or it's more like a playpen, I guess. And that's where he sleeps at when we're not here. So I just drag his bed in there, so he can sleep in there. He likes it. But when we're home, he doesn't really want to be bothered with it. He wants to hang out with us. But when we're not here, he really likes it. He goes in there and he sleeps and drags some toys in there. Okay. Nice. There's that. Now, I'm going to have to write those colors down. So for the buildings, because some of them are like, they look like residential, and then some of them look like buildings like this. So I don't know why I didn't take the light fast color chart out of this binder instead of just taking the whole binder out every time. Hang on, let me find a, okay. Because that just makes sense. Since I'm gonna be coloring in Kirby this month, I might as well keep that out because the light fast is mainly what I use in Kirby's book anyway. So for the buildings, I kind of wanted them to be kind of like a whitish color, but I wanted the roofs to have like a reddish tint to them, like a brownish red. I think I'm gonna go with. So I have like these reds, so I think I'm gonna grab maybe autumn red. That's a good one to kind of start with. And then maybe raisin for like the shading, and chestnut to make it a little bit darker, or merlot. Let me just grab, wow, okay. I also have my drawing, Derwent drawing pencils too. Okay, so I said autumn red, so I have to find that. That's floating around somewhere. Autumn red, let's see, here it is. I think I'm gonna grab merlot. And that raisin color is nice, I think. So we're gonna see what these three look like together. Where is my thingamabob? I took a small nap. It wasn't like, I don't know, it was maybe like 30 minutes. It wasn't long enough. So I might also just take another nap, honestly, because why not? Yeah, something like that for the roofs I think is nice. I might even add a little bit of that chocolate, but this is just for like the roof, so just something like that. I could even do like a tan color for the buildings, but I'm not sure yet. Right now I'm just focusing on the little stuff. Plus the buildings, the water and the rocks takes up like most of the page anyway. So yeah, I love puzzles. I'm pretty sure my mom still has them. I have like a bunch of puzzles that I used to put together when I lived with my mom. And when I was finished, I would just crumble them up and put them back in the box and then put them on the shelf. So I think they're all still there. Um, I think my niece tried to put a couple together. I don't know if that, because I used to have really like a lot of pieces. So she might have was like, okay, my auntie's crazy. I'm not doing this, and put them away. Cause I had quite a bit, and they would be like 1,500, 2,500. Like they would be, the pieces were up there, and but those are the funnest ones because like 500, anything under 1,000 or 1,000 and under, because even the 1,000 piece ones I started doing too fast. So I start going higher than 1,000. So anything lower than that, I couldn't. They're too easy, and I complete them too fast. And some of the puzzles that I would get, they would be like, they weren't cheap, so it was kind of like, you would get the puzzle and then I'd be done in like no time. So I was like, okay, if I'm sitting here completing this puzzle in a day, then it's probably too easy, and I need to get something a little bit more complicated. I had like 3D puzzles. Like I had like this gingerbread 3D puzzle where it was like a gingerbread house, and it was like you can build it like a couple different ways, and you can do it flat, or you can do it like a gingerbread house, or you can do it like a circle or a spear or something. It was pretty cool. That one was fun. I had fun with that one. But I haven't done an actual physical puzzle in a while. Um, I just do them on my app, on my iPad. And I'm leaving just a little bit of white so I can just drag the color down with my blender. Where is my, here it is. I need to sharpen this. This thing's a bit dull. Let me add a little bit more here. Yep, so I think that's a good color for the house. And then if I need to go darker, I can just grab like this chocolate color and put a little bit where it's needed, just right along the top. Just for extra intense shadows. This part's not necessary, but it looks cool. Yep, so I kind of wanted to look a little weathered. So some parts is like lighter than the others, and with the blender I can drag down some of this color so I don't have to put too much of the autumn red. I can just drag it down like that. Can you guys even see? There you go. So that would be the roofs, and probably just the roofs, because this doesn't look like a house. So probably just the roofs of the houses, I think, and maybe some of the roofs over here, because the further this way you go, it's like they look less and less like houses. So if I show you on this side, they look more like, I don't know, office buildings and monuments and stuff. But I might drag some of that color over to the other side anyway, just because, just so it can match and not look weird. So I think that's gonna be the colors for that. Let's see. Now for the buildings, I'm thinking probably just like a warm gray, because I don't want them to look brown, but I also don't want them to look completely white. So I know the Light Fast has really cool, like this warm gray, and this Van Dyke brown would probably be the only two colors I need, or even this Moonstone in Van Dyke. So I probably grab all three just for some variation. So let me just see. So we've got, I even have this fossil gray, but I'm gonna grab warm gray, Moonstone, and Van Dyke brown if I can find it. Here it is. Okay. And then I'll just probably keep these colors on my desk too. So there's the Van Dyke. And then we'll do it with the warm gray. And with the Moonstone. Just to see which one. I like the Moonstone one. That actually looks really good. So I'm gonna grab Moonstone, and wherever there's like where I want the shadow to kind of be is where I'm gonna add it. I'm not gonna put it on the whole building because it's like a weathered white kind of color. But like this one has a shadow going up the whole building, so I am gonna put quite a bit on this one. And then I think this and this is part of this monument thing. And I think so is that. So I'm just gonna put it here. Just trying to make sense of it, just a little bit. It doesn't have to completely make sense, but just a little. Just a little bit. Underneath the roof. And then on this side, we bring it down just a bit. And then this one up here, I don't know. I think this one is sitting on top of this one. So we'll put a little bit more. Right, and then we'll take Van Dyke just a little bit and we'll use it for the shadows very lightly. Nothing too crazy. I'm barely touching it, except for this part. I'm gonna put a little bit because it's pretty heavy on the shadow right here for some reason. But other than that, really, really light. So if anyone's looking for a weathered combo, I think this one's pretty good. Just like use your warm grays and like a light true brown. Not like an orangey brown or anything like that. Just a brown. I need clear bins. Yeah. Few. Yeah. Clear bins are pretty good. I have a couple. Um, so it's kind of like easy to just look and see what's in it. My other bins are not clear, and those annoy me the most. They do, because I have to take the lid off, see what's in it, see if what I'm looking for is even remotely in there. And if it's not, now I'm annoyed because I've taken everything out of that bin. Yeah, it's an eyesore. Um, the contrast. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't. It's almost like I want it to be just kind of like an old building that's been around for a while, but I don't want it to look like it's been around, but it's not. You know, it's kind of like semi taken care of. It's just weathered. Is all. It's not like falling apart or anything. I hope. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to come back with the moonstone and just kind of blend it together. I could use the blender too, but the moonstone is light enough to do it with that, I think. It's not dark unless you go like really hard, and then it will be, you'll start to see the color, but even then it's not that dark. Yeah, so something like that. So I really don't need this warm gray. This actually can go back. But as you can see, this is going to take a while because we have been coloring. We are at our hour, and this is as far as we've gotten. But I might do some like coloring chats sprinkled throughout the month, just so that you know, because I mean, you guys know how slow I color, so it's not like uh it's a surprise to how slow I color, but I do want to get, I probably won't finish a page, but I can try anyway, or at least finish an element on the page. I might take a paint pen to some of these rocks to like cover the black lines, but we'll see on that note. No promises. I want to finish them all first, um, and then we'll go from there, I guess. Right now, I'm just basing. But at least, we almost got this section done. And then, because I'm gonna do the rocks on this side of the page and the buildings on this side of the page, and then I'm gonna move to the other side. So I'm gonna at least base these rocks and work on some of this probably later on tonight while I'm watching TV or something. I'll just sit here and work on rocks, I guess. And then I might also work on my dragon a little bit since I have my light fast out. The other dragon. I like his dragons. I like coloring dragons, period. There's a coloring book. Um I don't even know if, because every time I see someone flip it or something like that, they talk about how it's not in, I guess they're not printing it anymore, or it's hard to find or something like that. But it's like a coloring book of dragons. You guys remember that dragonology book that you could get from like the school fair? And it was really cool. It had like little things in it that you can flip, and dragon feathers and dragon scales and stuff you can touch. They made a coloring book of that book. And if I find that book, let me tell you how fast I'm gonna snatch it up, because a whole coloring book of just dragons, like, sign me up. I love coloring dragons, but I also like coloring dragons on paper that's good. Like, I see a lot of like the Amazon paper coloring books with the dragons, and I'm like, yeah, these would be cool if it wasn't on Amazon paper. But if anybody knows of any good dragon coloring books with good paper, let me know. I love coloring dragons. Takes me forever and a decade, but I still like coloring them. Okay, so like these back here, like these are rocks, I think. I don't think that's water. Because this one here, like behind this is a rock. So I think that's also a rock. And maybe this. It's gonna be a rock today because I don't. And like this, because you can see it kind of behind this thing. So like this is a rock, this is a rock, this is a rock. So I'm just kind of basing it so I know when I come to color it, I kind of know like, okay, this is a rock, like that. And then these are like the top of the rocks right here. Yeah. I think those are all the rocks on this side. I think this is a rock. And then it's hard to tell with these. Like, I can see that this is part of this rock back here. But it's hard to tell with this because some of these could be buildings. But, like, I think this is part of this rock back here. Right? But then I see, like, a break off right here. And then I see some lines, like, from a building right here. So those might not be rocks. So I don't want to color them if they're not. It's going to be a little hard to tell. But anyway, we are at our hour, so I try not to stream longer than an hour now unless I'm on my computer because my computer can take it, but my phone battery cannot. So, um, if if I'm not doing anything and I feel like it, then I might stream a little later in the evening. But for now, this is what we got. This is as far as we got. So, and we're in worlds within worlds. Now, this is the other page that I want to do. Um, I have a couple in here. So I want to do this one also. And I know another dragon. And this is my whip. So I kind of want to work on this a little bit. I have the colors written down somewhere. And this one also with the giant kraken. So between, those 3 and 4 pages, that's what I'm going to be working on this month, along with my other books and stuff. I'm coloring in Ken Matsuda's book. I'm coloring in the fairy tales and folklore book, and lots of coloring going on when time allows. But I'm glad I started this one because I've been dying to start this page. So this month, 1 month with Kirby gave me good enough reason to. So I might do a color and chat. There might be some color and chat sprinkled throughout the month as well. So look out for that. And I am going to head out of here. And I do appreciate everybody coming to hang out for the first 1 month with Kirby video, or live stream rather. And I'll catch you guys either later or on Wednesday for sure. Because I am off on Wednesday. So see you guys then, and thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, and see you next time. Bye.